Yo, what's going on guys, it is Cynnnical, and today I'm doing a different sort of video. Today I'm going to be doing sort of a free-form review or discussion for Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Now the reason I feel like I need to do this is I feel like there is a lot of hate behind Kingdom Hearts Recoded. For the main reason being, it's actually one of the most hated Kingdom Hearts games, out of the bunch that we actually have. And on a day-to-day basis, by going through the Kingdom Hearts community in different forums, etc., etc., I actually see a lot of hate for this game. And of course, these are completely opinion-based, which I understand. Everyone is completely entitled to, their own opinion, how they feel about certain things, and I completely respect that. So please, don't take it as if, I'm bashing on people who are hating on Recoded or something like that. Like, no way. But I thought today I would explain, the reasons behind why I like the game and, the reasons behind why I see that people dislike Recoded. Now, first of all, let's talk about the stuff that is pretty much the reason why people don't actually like Recoded. And the main reason being is, one of the main things that people bring up is the fact that, what the fuck is going on. That's a huge reason behind Recoded. And I'll have to admit, the story and everything that's going on in Recoded is very lackluster in comparison to, obviously, all the other entries in Kingdom Hearts. It's sort of very miscellaneous, not very, highly important. In fact, really the only importance of Recoded was the whole fact of, Roxas is hurt, Sora understanding that, and the fact that Sora will be the one to mend the broken hearts and, stuff like that. That's really it. Obviously, there wasn't really that much important plot points within Recoded, and that is a huge reason why people actually dislike the game. So I'll have to admit, yes, the story was very, very lackluster. Now what Square Enix ended up doing in Kingdom Hearts 2.5 is they actually added in 2 new cutscenes, which added in a heap of importance, more importance into Recoded, and that of course was being the Tome of Prophecy to do with Maleficent and all that, and the other secret movie was revolving around young Master Xehanort. So obviously Square Enix saw that there wasn't really that much importance in Recoded, and they sort of added those extra things to make it feel like more of an important entry as an installment into the franchise. And I think they did a really, really good job of that in 2.5. Now, a lot of people generally compare Recoded to 358 over 2 days, and in my honest opinion, over like what one I enjoyed most, I would have to say Recoded. Honestly, the gameplay of 358 over 2 days was utterly and completely tedious. It's not that I hated the whole experience playing through 358 over 2 days, because it's a very unique Kingdom Hearts title, playing as Roxas and being able to play as the other Organization 13 members, and it definitely is an awesome as experience to be able to play in the perspective of Organization 13, sort of in a way practically playing as the bad guys. I thought that was really, really cool. But the gameplay for me, the recon missions, they felt very, very tedious, and the gameplay overall just really wasn't overly that entertaining in comparison to all of the other installments in the franchise, minus, Chain of Memories. Obviously though, the story of 358 over 2 days was really, really good, and it's one of the main reasons why people actually play 358 over 2 days, learning so much more about Roxas, the organization's ambitions, and all that sort of stuff, learning about each organization member, personally, how they react and, their feelings towards the organization, learning more about them as an individual, I thought was really, really, really cool. But however, the gameplay, as far as the gameplay and stuff, it just really wasn't that entertaining in comparison to Recoded. And the gameplay is one of the biggest reasons why I absolutely loved Recoded. Recoded is actually one of the most fast-paced Kingdom Hearts games, believe it or not. Even though it's a DS title, I know, it really is one of the most fast-paced Kingdom Hearts titles. Now, Recoded reintroduced the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep command deck system, which I thought was really, really cool. So obviously, you have a whole array of different abilities in Recoded, which were absolutely amazing, some of which are the best looking in any of the Kingdom Hearts games. Some of the abilities in that were really, really cool. Also, another cool thing was the fact of the leveling up system. I really, really enjoyed it. The reason being was, it gave you that option to actually build your character. And, you know, say if you wanted to have, you know, Sora with way more defense, then you could put way more defense chips in there. If you wanted to be builded up more about sort of elemental resistances, then you could do that. If you wanted to be more about physical damage, you could do that, or magic damage, you could do that. And I absolutely loved it because I loved the the whole feeling of, you know, working your way towards you know, a new command slot or a new slate or something like that. For instance, I thought that was really cool. I really enjoyed the leveling up system. Also, changing the difficulty in Recoded felt very rewarding as well. Although it's not just rewarding for the satisfaction of beating a boss or the actual game itself on a harder difficulty, but the game actually rewards you with more loot and items on the higher difficulty you play, which I felt very satisfying. As well as that, the Keyblades as well, there was a Keyblade sort of ability tree that you could go through, which lets you in a way sort of almost customize the way your Keyblade worked, which I thought was really cool. That's something that we haven't actually seen since Recoded, so I hopefully, you know, honestly, I hope they expand upon that aspect in Kingdom Hearts 3. Overall though, the gameplay of Recoded was really entertaining. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of different aspects in Recoded that I really enjoyed. The minigames included in Recoded were actually also pretty interesting. The way the boss fights worked were unique, something that we hadn't really seen in Kingdom Hearts before. Now, Recoded wasn't a game that completely changed up the gameplay, although at times, of course, the minigames played different, it still kept that traditional feel. In comparison to something like Chain of Memories, where it completely changed the formula of Kingdom Hearts, which is not something bad. I'm not trying to hate on Chain of Memories, but within saying that, you know, Recoded kept that traditional Kingdom Hearts feel with adding in the Birth by Sleep, you know, command deck, but with adding in something fresh and, you know, something unique with the way the boss fights worked and the different mini games that were inside of the game. The game length was a bit short, and that's another thing that people sort of nitpick on. It was very short, I'll have to admit to that. Overall, you know, the sort of worlds and stuff in that game weren't overly the greatest. The reason being is, once again, it's sort of a cycle of the same worlds that we got in Kingdom Hearts 1. And once again, you know, those same sort of Kingdom Hearts worlds have appeared multiple times. You know, Kingdom Hearts 1, 358 over 2 days, Chain of Memories, Recoded. So you know, by Recoded, we've been already going through those worlds multiple times. So I think from replaying, you know, all those worlds, because of the fact that Square Enix had actually already implemented them in so many other Kingdom Hearts titles, that sort of dragged the game down as well. But getting back to the game length, yes, it was quite short in comparison to the other titles. But then again, I did feel like, you know, there was a lot to do in the end game. We of course had the layer challenge in the Olympus Coliseum. There was also going back to the different sectors and getting all the different items and accessories and stuff like that from the different, you know, bug sectors and stuff like that. There was also the Rockso secret boss, which was quite challenging. So I felt like, you know, the whole leveling up and end game stuff was well worth replaying, going back through the game once you'd already finished it. Otherwise, guys, I want to use this video to sort of encourage people to play Recoded, because I know that there's a lot of bad reputation backing up the game, and I don't want that to sort of deter anyone from playing Recoded, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's honestly a really good Kingdom Hearts entry. If you're one of those people who are sort of just sitting there and you're like, should I get Recoded or shouldn't I, because, you know, I've heard so many bad things about it, but I want to try it out for myself. Honestly, from my perspective, play it. I did enjoy it more so than I did 358 over 2 days. That is, of course, my own personal opinion. Please be sure to respect that. I'm not hating on anyone who's obviously hating on Recoded, because I feel like every Kingdom Hearts game is absolutely quality. Obviously, story lacked a lot in Recoded, and I suppose game length did as well. But just for the sheer factor of the gameplay, it plays like a very, you know, fast-paced Kingdom Hearts game. And of course, that sort of action RPG sort of, I suppose, aspects and stuff was heavily implemented in Recoded. It feels like a normal Kingdom Hearts game with its own sort of unique aspects and traits thrown in there, with, of course, the feel of Birth by Sleep. So I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys decide to play it if you haven't already. What do you guys feel about Recoded? Leave your feedback in the comment section below, and until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.